Good morning, class 6. Today we will start with the first chapter of your geography book, The Earth in the Solar System. How wonderful it is to watch the sky after sunset. One would first notice one or two bright dots shining in the sky. Soon you would see the number increasing. You cannot count them anymore. The whole sky is filled with tiny shining objects. Some are bright, others dim. It seems as if the sky is studded with diamonds. They all appear to be twinkling, but if you look at them carefully, you will notice that some of them do not twinkle as others do. They simply glow without any flicker, just as the moon shines. So that is like in the evening, if you sit outside and watch the sky, you will see that gradually the shining objects, that is the star, it starts appearing. Some are little bright and some are little bit dim. So along with these bright objects, you may also see the moon on most of the days. It may, however, appear at different times, in different shapes, and at different positions. You can see the full moon only once in about a month's time. It's full moon night or Purnima. A fortnight later, you cannot see it at all. Fortnight is after 15 days. It is a new moon night or Amavasya. So, new moon night is the day when you do not see the moon at all, or it is known as Amavasya. On this day, you cannot watch the night sky best, provided it is clear night. Do you wonder why can't we see the moon and all those bright tiny objects during the daytime? It is because the very bright light of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects at the night sky. So the reason is that the sunlight is so bright that it does not let us see these objects in the sky in the daytime. The sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. So what are the celestial bodies? The sun, the moon, and all those objects which are shining in the sky. They are known as celestial bodies. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light which they emit in large amount. These celestial bodies are called stars. The sun is a star. Countless twinkling stars in the night sky are similar to the sun, but we do not feel their heat or light, and they look so tiny because they are very, very far from us. Let's do. You will need one torch, one sheet of plain paper, pencil, and a needle. Place the torch in the center of the paper with its glass front touching the paper. Now draw a circle round the torch. Perforate the paper with the needle within the circled area. Now place the perforated circle part of the paper on the glass front and wrap the paper around the torch with a rubber band. Take care that the switch of the torch is not covered. In a dark room, stand at some distance facing a plain wall. Switch off all other lights. Now flash the torchlight on the wall. You will see numerous dots of light on the wall, like stars shine in the night. Switch on all the light in the room. All dots of light will almost be invisible. You may now compare the situation with what happens to the bright objects of the night sky after the sun rises in the morning. So this is an activity which you can do at home, and you can relate to it that this is what happens in the daytime, why we cannot see the moon or the stars. Children, you are going to draw the diagram of the solar system in your notebook, and please color it. You must have noticed that all objects look smaller when we see from a distance. How small an aeroplane looks when it is flying at a great height. While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars. These are called constellations. Ursa Major or Big Bear is one such constellation. One of the most easily recognizable constellation is the Saptarishi, that is, seven rishis. It is a group of seven stars that forms a part of Ursa Major constellation. This is something which is very much visible. You can see it. There are seven stars which you can see from the earth, and they are like almost together. So they are known as Saptarishi. So the like it is the most easily recognizable constellation is of Saptarishi. Ask someone elder in your family or neighborhood to show you more stars, planets, and constellations in the sky. In ancient times, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. It is also called the pole star. It always remains in the same position in the sky. We can locate the position of the pole star with the help of the Saptarishi. Look at the figure 1.1. You will notice that if an imaginary line is drawn joining the pointers, stars, and extended further, it will point to the pole star. You can see it like this. So these, if you start join these lines, you can see that they are pointing towards the North Star or the pole star. And this was the star which helped the ancient navigators or people who traveled from one place to another, because it helped in the direction when compass was not there. Some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. They are all lit by the light of the stars. Such bodies are called planets. The word planet comes from the Greek word planetia, which means wanderers. The earth on which we live is a planet. It gets all its heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star. If we look at the earth from a great distance, say the moon, it will appear to be shining just as the moon. So if you see the earth from moon, then it will appear to shine as the moon shines. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. It is a companion of our earth and moves around it. Like our earth, there are seven other planets that get heat and light from the sun. Some of them have their moons too. So moon is a satellite, which is a natural satellite, and like moon is a satellite of earth, there are seven other planets which are there, and they also have their own moons. The solar system, the sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids form the solar system. So if it is asked that define solar system, so you will be writing that the sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids, they are together form the solar system. We often call it a solar family with the sun as its head. You can see the diagram of solar system. Please draw it in your notebook. You are going to do the labeling also. Please write the name of the planets, and it has to be written in the order, like after sun, Mercury is to be placed. You can see it in there. Then you can see Venus, followed by Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. So accordingly you will be making the diagram. Do you know Sol in Roman mythology is the sun god? Solar means related to the sun. The family of the sun is therefore called the solar system. Write down as many words using the word solar on your own as you can. Okay, so many words used in language may have been taken from some other language. Geography, for example, is an English word. Its origin in Greek, which relates to the description of the earth. It is made of two Greek words. Ge means earth and graphia meaning writing. Find out more about earth. So you can see that the word geography, it is an English word, but then it has been taken from G, which is a Greek word which means earth, and graphia means writing. So in the solar system, first is Sun. The Sun is in the center of the solar system. It is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. The Sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system. But that tremendous heat is not felt so much by us because despite being nearest star, it is far away from us. The sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the earth planet. There are 8 planets in our solar system. In order to of their distance from the sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. In an easy way to memorize the names of the planet in order of their distance from the sun is my very efficient mother just served us nuts. So you can see the first word M is for Mercury, V is for Venus, E is for Earth, M again is for Mars, Jupiter, S for Saturn, U for Uranus, and N for Neptune. All the 8 planets of the solar system moves around the sun in fixed path. These paths are elongated. They are called orbits. Mercury is nearest to the sun. It takes only about 88 days to complete one round along its orbit. Venus is considered as Earth's twin because its size and shape are very much similar to that of the Earth. So if it is asked which planet is known as Earth's twin, so it is Venus, and the reason is because its shape and size is similar to that of Earth. Till recently, August 2006, Pluto was also considered a planet. However, in a meeting of the International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto, like other celestial objects, Ceres 2003, discovered in recent past, may be called a dwarf planet. So, till then it was considered as a planet only, but then it was decided that it should be called a dwarf planet. We will end here class and we will continue the chapter in the next class. Please draw the diagram in your notebook. Take care of yourselves. Be safe at home. Thank you.